Wolfridge Neat Nature Facts. My name is Meg and I'll be starting this new series put on by Wolfridge, talking about the cool things happening in our backyard. Today we'll hang out with Sam, another fellow Wolfridge naturalist, as we explore what winter woodpeckers are here in our backyard.
Hi, my name is Sam. I'm a Wolfridge naturalist and I am here with Meg and we're exploring the question, what made that hole? So we are looking at specifically woodpeckers today and some cool adaptations that they have. Their tongue wraps around their skull and that long tongue, about 4 inches long, helps them to get insects. They have zygodactyl feet, which is 2 toes in the front and 2 toes in the back to help them scale up a tree. They do something called drumming, which is making sounds on the tree to attract mates or for communication, versus drilling, and that's when they're trying to get insects and eat. They can peck around 20 times a second, which is crazy. Whoa! But to help them from getting huge headaches, they have this spongy material in their skull. And then lastly, they have these feathers right on their beak that helps prevent wood chips from flying back into their eyes or in their nostrils. So, woodpeckers, really, really cool birds, and that's what we're going to be exploring today. Alright, take a look at this big rectangular hole over here. This was made by the bird I have in my hand, a pileated woodpecker, and they love carpenter ants. Now, they'll use aspen trees, which is a different tree than we see here, to make holes for their homes. And aspen trees around 60 years old, a fungus will start to grow, and that makes it a lot easier for pileated to then drill out a hole. If you look on the ground right over here, you see a lot of wood chips. It almost looks like carpenter's shop. And that's just another characteristic or what happens when we get a pileated woodpecker hole. So big birds, big holes, really cool. Alright, so these holes right here, you can see in a horizontal line, were made by my favorite bird, the Yellowbellied sapsucker. It's pretty easily identifiable, these horizontal rows, and they typically make holes in sugary sap trees like maples or birches, and they'll eat the sap, but the other cool thing about that is that sap attracts insects, and then the sapsucker will come back to grab those insects as well. So a really cool bird, yellow-bellied sapsucker. Alright, I just found a downy woodpecker hole right here, and that's what a downy woodpecker looks like. They're the smallest woodpecker in Minnesota, and this hole was potentially made by a female because they like to hang out on the lower branches of trees, and males like to hang out on the higher branches. And what they're looking for is insects on those branches and in those branches, as well as they love galls too, which grow on branches. That's the downy woodpecker. If you look over here at this hole, a couple of these holes here, these are made by hairy woodpeckers, and I have a hairy woodpecker in my hand. You may notice that it looks very similar to the downy woodpecker, but the hairy is a lot bigger and its bill is bigger as well. Also, this is a representation of a male because of that red patch at the back of the head. Females don't have that. You might notice that the holes are also wavy, which is characteristic of a hairy, and hairy woodpeckers love to utilize pileated woodpecker holes as well as sapsucker holes. That's the hairy.
Thanks for tuning in to Wolfridge Neat Nature Facts. The next time you find a hole in your neighborhood tree, check it out. It could belong to one of the woodpeckers we discussed today, or a home nesting cavity to any other animal, such as an owl or flying squirrel. Have a great day!